aquatic organisms. They're so cool. You should listen to this song to help with school. From fishes to phytoplankton dishes and zooplankton, us humans like to eat fish. And fish like to eat algae. From small to big, from fat to skinny, aquatic organisms come in all shapes and sizes. So let us go to the fair and win surprises. But wait till the video is over. You'll learn things like the water clover.
What's up, guys? Not all aquatic environments are the same. Some are salt, some are freshwater. They can be warm and cold, shallow or deep, light or dark.
There is a large diversity, like the ocean environment is very vast. More than 1 million different species of plants and animals live in the ocean.
Lakes and ponds are fresh water that are in low areas. A pond is small, shallow, and calm. Light can reach the bottom of the pond. The temperature is constant, the upper zone from where the shore down to where the aquatic plants stop growing. The middle zone of the lake is the open water, light penetration. The lowest zone is where no light penetrates and no plants can grow there. In the upper zone you will find living organisms such as bulrushes, snails, small fish, clams, insects, snails, worms, leeches, and frogs. In the middle zone, you'll find phytoplankton. Phytoplankton are food for fish, and below zone, you'll find large species of fish.
A beautiful painting for our lovely school scientist place.
And
The fish have to breathe, but how do they do that underwater? Well, they have adaptations like gills. Other animals just go to the top of the surface like mosquito larvae. They have a tube like siphon that reaches the top of the water. Marine animals such as whales use lungs to breathe, just like what land mammals do. So that's why we see whales blowing on the surface of the ocean. But what adaptations do they have for moving? For example, fish and whales have a streamlined figure, and their thin, flat tails and fins help them move easier with less resistance. Demo. Try this at home.
Could a marine creature survive if you put it in a lake? All you need is 2 glasses, water, salt, spoon, table knife, and a cucumber. First you put the salt into the first cup. You only need 50 milliliters of salt. Then you stir obviously until the salt is dissolved. Then you need to cut the slices up into 3 pieces. We've already done that. Place one side in each glass and set the third to the side. Yeah.
A few moments later.
So the cucumber is more rough and dry.
And for the clear water one, it's like mostly the same except for it's a little more wet and like soggy a little bit. And then this cucumber is just the same because, I mean, it's the cucumber we cut up, so.
do you think a marine animal could live in a lake?
No, because if its adaptations were for this water and then it went to this one, it would
Be the same as the cucumber that's in the water.
yeah.
So now,
There are 2 types of aquatic plants. The first type is the one that floats freely in the water, like photoplankton. Photoplankton are buoyant organisms that float on the top of the surface of lakes and oceans, and they range in size from 0.002 to 2 millimeters. Almost all marine life depends on it.
most life actually depends on it because it produces oxygen. The other type is attached plants. Seaweed is an example of this. They attach themselves to the bottom of the ocean using a holdfast. Attached plants may be rooted in the soil at the bottom of the pond or at the edge of the lake. Plants in shallow water will have roots like land plants and anchor themselves to gather nutrients. Too much water can be a problem because they need air.
Today we're going to be showing you how to make a drip. Rubber bands, toothpicks, small container, plasticine, and a cup of water.
Float wins. Whoever makes the first one to float wins.
I put the clay on the bottom and the elastic to hold it together, and the toothpick is the person.
Aquatic plants need nutrients like nutrients to survive, but where do the nutrients come from? They can be washed in from the water coming from detritus, which is decaying animals or plants. There's a certain time the nutrients are very large, like in the spring when the snow is melting from the top of the mountains and entering streams and rivers. In late summer, they usually have used up most of the nutrients.
In fall, the surface of the water starts to become cool because of the temperature change. The density of the surface layer increases and the surface water mixes it with the deep water. So the result of this is nutrients are brought to the surface, creating an increase in algae, and the cold water will dissolve the gases better. How do the salts and other minerals leave the ocean and lakes? There's many different ways, like chlorine leaves the ocean and enters the atmosphere by nasal spray produced by waves.
Go.
Aquatic habitats are linked together by food chains. Sequence of relationships between organisms. Okay, so we'll explain it a little more. So the phytoplankton will be ate by the zooplankton, and then the whale will eat the zooplankton, the squid will eat the zooplankton, the fish will eat the zooplankton, and then the duck eats the fish. The seal will be ate by the whale, or the squid will be ate by the toothed whale. And that's like, you can just keep looking if you want to know more. Yeah, we're gonna talk about the food chain. We're gonna learn everything. We're gonna talk about the food chain. We're gonna learn everything. It starts with the algae in the sea. The algae can cause some pretty bad stuff if there's a lot of algae. The food chain is whack, so let's take a look. What happens in our world that keeps us living? It starts with the phytoplankton, ate by the zooplankton. It starts with the phytoplankton, ate by the zooplankton. There are important animals in this diverse cycle, like a little fishy called a herring. It's vital for many, like the sea lion. A decline would be bad, so don't go fishing. Don't put harmful chemicals in the water, or a biomagnification will happen. Don't put harmful chemicals in the water, or a biomagnification will happen. Yeah, we're gonna talk about the food chain. We're gonna learn everything. We're gonna talk about the food chain. We're gonna learn everything. Ooh, yeah. Highly advanced technologies for seeing underwater has made it easier for scientists to see underwater and see the things they couldn't see before. The discovery of organisms living near seafloor vents was an incredible discovery for scientists.
Oh yeah, in the dark, these organisms were using the chemical energy from seafloor vents to produce food called chemosynthesis. These organisms become the producers for the ocean floor food chain. Done.